Thanks to the supporters of channel member Mark Gowans. Just wanted to also say a massive thank you to Lee Green, who sent me an email last week because he'd found the perfect coloured tie for Peterborough Sports on the John Lewis website. It was in the school tie section. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt and assume that he, just like me when I ordered, didn't check how long the tie actually was. It's a very small tie. The search for an appropriate tie continues. Hello and welcome to part 14 of Non-League to Legend. I'm Kevin. Coming up on today's episode, we have the first round proper of the FA Cup for the first time in the history of this football club. It's Peterborough Sports versus Lincoln City. We're all very excited. We also play Alfreton in the National League North, assuming we don't go to a replay with Lincoln. And financially, the best thing that could possibly happen is a replay with Lincoln. As far as teams who are in the first round of the FA Cup go, their attendances are pretty solid. Obviously, Sheffield Wednesday would be even better. But if you look at Lincoln's average home attendances, they're like 8,500, 9,000. If we can get back to their place and get half of that kind of gate, that goes a long way towards solving this problem that is developing at the club. Through no fault of my own, by the way. We are well within our wage budgets, but the budgets are just unrealistic for the money that comes in for the club. The board just don't know how to run a football club, apparently. So we are continuing to run up debts, which, as first-team manager, isn't really my concern. As long as I stick to these, I'm doing my bit. But it would be nice to get some money in there so that we can do things like, I don't know, send me on coaching courses, improve the training facilities, maybe get some youth facilities, all these things you actually need money for that I would quite like. So fingers crossed for a draw. We'll see how it goes. Since you're last with me, we've played a couple more matches. I think we played 3 or 4 more matches. And as you can see, we are in pretty good form. And our front two of Campton, Sturridge and Sewell are quite good. As you can tell, we've finally got our attack working the way we want it to work. Jamie Sewell is top scorer in the division. He's also the highest average rating in the division, most man of the matches, and Philip Marshall is second for clean sheets. That's all good stuff. We are finally back at the top of the league again after that little bit of a wobble. We've got back into some good form and got back to the top of the league. And of course, the media still think we're doing really rather well. And we've got Marshall, Nkrumah, Cisse, McKnight and Sewell all in the best media best 11, and Sewell considered the 4th best player in the division. And he has proven to be quite a useful signing so far. 15 goals in 13 appearances, averaging a 7.63. The coaches, when he arrived, said he could one day play in the Championship. I mean, he could be with us for a while, or we might have to sell him for no money because we have no money. Another reason to try and get this draw with Lincoln, so we don't have to sell him the first offer that comes in. So our team for the Lincoln game, we're going with Marshall in goal, a back four of Green, Donnelly. New loan signing Sonny Aljofree is going to be playing at centre-back for us. He's making his debut. Bit of a big game to make his debut in, but he looks pretty useful. He's on loan until the end of the season from Halifax. So he is going to be playing at centre-back alongside Donnelly, and then McKnight at right-back, and Nkrumah on the left, Hinchy. Roberts is now playing as a centre-mid on an advanced playmaker instruction. We had played him a little bit as the deep line playmaker, but he's kind of made this role his own in the last 4 matches that he's played. He's been playing in that role. So I think that's probably his position now, an advanced playmaker on support in central midfield. Don't think I've ever done that before, but it seems to work quite well for Roberts. And Quirk on the right, and up front, Campton, Sturridge and Sewell. The other piece of transfer news, actually, Connor Kennedy, who was made club captain in the summer and then proceeded to not play very much for us, or not play at all this season, has left the club in a grumpy and gone to Oxford City on a free transfer. So he's gone. New club captain is Charlie Farr, who also doesn't really play for us. I went with what my assistant manager suggested. It was late at night. Mistakes were made. It probably should have been Cameron Green, but we're fine at the moment. We're good. Let's go draw with Lincoln. We don't want to accidentally beat them. I guess the one positive of a win, we're not going to win. Lincoln are in League One. But the one positive of a win would be that potential away game against Sheffield Wednesday in the next round, who I think are the biggest club attendance-wise in the FA Cup until you get to the third round, when the Championship and Premier League teams start entering in. There is Al-Jafri very nearly scoring within 2 minutes of his debut. It was the in-swinging corner from Green, and Al-Jafri there at that near post. It was close. That would have been a great way to announce yourself to the Peterborough Sports faithful. And it looks like we've actually got quite a few fans turned up today. 2,106 in attendance. I imagine more than half of them are probably from Lincoln. I know in real life this season, there have been odd occasions where the away fans have outnumbered the home fans. What is going on there? Hinchey has made the tackle and looked like he was being held back and couldn't get onto the ball. My mouth is being held back. My ability to speak there felt very much like Hinchey's ability to chase after that loose ball. Either way, shenanigans, but we got away with it. It remains 0-0 as we approach half-time, and we've got an opportunity here from Hinchey with the free kick, and it's hit the crossbar. Oh, my word. Campton Sturridge was following in, but couldn't quite get there ahead of the defender. Weirdly, it didn't lead to a corner, so I assume Campton Sturridge did get there, but was just distracted enough to not be able to finish things off. But 0-0 at half-time. All is going to plan so far for the dream replay. It's not really, it's a weird dream to have, isn't it? I really dream of an away game at Lincoln. We're so sad. Green heading it clear, but only as far as a Lincoln player. We get a shot from range. It's hit the post, and Marshall didn't really seem to have any idea what was going on there. Didn't even move, and it is Lincoln on the attacking end. But Nkrumah now heading it. I don't want to say clear because it absolutely didn't go clear, but now Donnelly heading it back to Marshall, and hopefully we can just take a moment, take a breather. We played okay in the first half. We did a good job of keeping Lincoln at bay, but they seem to have started this second half as if they've had a really good team talk. Campton Sturridge trying to play through to Sewell. Sewell gets past his defender, but his shot is a fairly tame one, and the Lincoln goalkeeper collects comfortably, but that's a bit more like it. More of that, please. And there's the big goal kick. It's not a big goal kick from Marshall. Marshall, we know, can hit it from one end of the pitch to the other, but not on that occasion. And now Lincoln, once again, playing the ball over the top. And they've got in there, and their shooting is a little bit erratic today. They've had Marshall beaten a couple of times, but once again, on that occasion, missed the target. They've only had two shots on target from their dominant play so far. And Lincoln being wasteful, it plays into our hands. Hopefully they carry on being wasteful for the remaining half an hour of this match. We can head up to Sinsel Bank and make some bank while we're up there. There's bank. Everyone, banks everywhere. And Al-Jafri, I have just got to stop playing new players in big games. Oh, it's like Toolbag all over again. We need a moment from Marshall here. It's the penalty for Lincoln, and Marshall does save it. There's our moment. He very nearly gave away another penalty, and there's chaos in the penalty area as we try and get it clear. But Philip Marshall, huge save. That save could be worth hundreds of thousands of pounds to this football club. Right, it is substitution o'clock. We don't want to change anything too drastically, although for the first time in this save, we do have the opportunity to make 5 substitutions. It's very exciting. We actually finally have a squad big enough to do such a thing as well. I think we will take off Al-Jafri just to make sure he doesn't have a Toolbag moment. Sewell has had a poor game, so Onyeka can come on for him. And what we usually do when Onyeka comes on, he becomes the target man on support, and Campton Sturridge goes forward. Lots of people telling me Onyeka can play other roles. I see that. I see he could be an advanced forward, but he always works well as the target forward. And I think Campton Sturridge probably is better playing further forward and is playing in a weaker role when we play him a little bit deeper of Sewell the way we normally do. Let's make one more change. Let's not go crazy, but we will make one more change. And I think what I want to do, we're going to get a Juchi on the left-hand side as an inverted winger on there. And we'll leave it as that. And then in 10 minutes, we're going to do 2 more substitutions because we can. Green with the throw to Hinchey. And now Green, again, looking to lump it forward. There is target man Onyeka. Flicks it on, but unfortunately, Campton Sturridge was the wrong side of him. And the flick on counts for nothing. It's Lincoln with the ball again. 15 minutes left in this match. It is all going to plan so far. But now Lincoln bursting into the penalty area again. Let's not give away another penalty, surely. Has Sam Bone just... He's the guy I brought on to stop Al-Jafri giving away another penalty. This game is just... Oh, Oh, right. Can we have another Marshall moment, please? What is going on here? He saves another one. He's getting a knighthood right now. And he doesn't. What am I supposed to... Right. What? Let me know, comment section. What am I supposed to do? I acknowledge maybe Al-Jafri having his debut, bad idea. He gave away a penalty. Rather than leaving him on the way I normally would, I tried to be proactive, take him off to stop him doing anything else stupid, to avoid the tool bag incident. The guy who came on for him then gave away a penalty within 5 minutes. What am I supposed to do? Absolutely ridiculous. Right, we're pushing the wingers forward. Cameron Green's tired. Donnelly can go to left back. We can bring Connor Johnson on to play centre back. That's easy enough. Campton Sturridge isn't having the best of games. We don't have another striker on the bench, though, which does seem like a bit of an oversight. Let's take off Seb Quirk, bring on Captain Charlie Farr to play on the right wing. We're going to go attack him. We've got to try and equalise. I cannot believe we've given away 2 penalties in this match. I mean, beat us from open play, you cowards. Ajuchi on the left. Come on, let's have a late equaliser. It's all setting us up for a glorious late equaliser moment. Campton Sturridge is in behind, plays it across to Onyeka. He's hit the crossbar. It bounces down very close to the line, but no one is there to push it over the line. And very, very sad. Oh, we've had chances. I mean, we've been absolutely dominated by Lincoln. Obviously, that XG is ruined a little bit by 2 penalties. But bearing in mind Lincoln are in League One, we can hold our heads up high here, but with a little bit of luck going our way, maybe 1 fewer penalties, we can hold our heads up high with a bunch of cash from the replay from this match. As it is, not so much. We'll have still earned a bit of money. It's still our biggest ever attendance, probably. I haven't actually checked what that record is. But, of course, because it's the FA Cup, the ridiculousness of it is it's brilliant when you're a small club away from home. For a match like this, though, it's our biggest attendance ever, but we've got to give half the money to Lincoln, even though they don't need it. So we're going to write them a cheque for £9, and they're going to be furious. And we're furious. And now we are losing 2-0. And XG will tell you it's fair. Those of us who've actually watched the match will tell you not at all. The second penalty was just a kick in the teeth. And to lose 2-0, hopefully it doesn't derail the season too much. I mean, it's a narrow defeat against a much bigger team than us. It should be fine. I am interested how much money we did actually make from that. Very little. I mean, I guess last month we made 37,000. This month we've already made 27,000. And I guess that is over 2 matches. We might not even make as much as last month. We've only got 1 more home game. It's made almost no difference, despite being a massive attendance for us. Is it our all-time record attendance? Probably not. I imagine the playoff final. Oh, the playoff semi-final. There you go. The record, 2,106 for the playoff semi-final last season in real life. In fact, is that capacity? Is that what we've just done again? 2,106. Oh, no, not quite. Okay. Let's pick ourselves up, dust ourselves off, and go and beat Alfreton. Alfreton. Right, only a couple of days have passed since the... Oh, hold on. We don't need all these players on the bench. Let's just shuffle a little bit. We're shuffling a little bit more. Don't know why I pressed record before I'd finished shuffling the bench around. See, I shuffle my bench these days. That's what it was. I just wanted to prove Kev does his own bench. You can go back and check. We've not had a goalkeeper on there all series. That means I'm doing it. What a big boy I've become. But what I was saying was it's only been a couple of days since the previous match, so we are having to shuffle things around a little bit, just in the interest of fitness and not breaking our players. So Ado Antoine coming in at left back, Cisse right back, Bone is going to play centre back, and Smith coming in centre mid with Farr coming in on the right-hand side of midfield. Otherwise, it's a similar team, but that is quite a lot of changes from the last match when we did play well. But we are trying to keep everybody fresh. We've actually got quite a large squad this season who we want to keep fresh, keep happy, and keep winning. So fingers crossed we don't just sink into a spell of horrible form now. We've lost a foot match. I've noticed there's a Southwell lining up for Alfreton. Is that the famous Dale Southwell, the first ever hero of a non-league to legend? He He played for Boston in the first ever non-league to legend on FM16, I want to say it was. And he was like a 30-goal a season striker. It looks like he's playing on the left wing for Alfreton, assuming it's the same Southwell. But that's terrifying if it is him, because he always comes back to haunt us every time we come across him in another series. Ball forward, looking for Campton Sturridge, but can't find him. It is a D Southwell. I assume that's our boy. Keep an eye on him. I'm surprised to see him playing on the left wing. There he is on the ball now. Probably going to score today, because one of the rules of Football Manager is as soon as you mention an opposition player, you are pretty much guaranteeing they're going to score. Love how non-league we line up for goal kicks, by the way. Everyone over on the right-hand side of the pitch there. Beautifully non-league. Donnelly playing it out to Nkrumah, and Nkrumah playing it across for Farr. Club captain, of course, now, Charlie Farr. Lovely ball through to Saul, who has got Campton Sturridge in the middle if he can find him. He can't, but it ends up back with Saul, who heads it back across goal again. I mean, this is even more non-league. This is the most non-league game we've played in this season. Save. What a save that was from the Alfreton goalkeeper. Goodness me, from point-blank range. Looked like it crossed the line to me. Can we have some goal line technology down here? But that was a sensational save. Goalkeepers are rubbish in FM23. Are they? Are they really? We'll see about that. Goodness me. That was quite something, boys and girls. Still 0-0 at half-time, though. Very upsetting. Let's hope that we can grab something in this second half. Although, to be fair, Alfreton are doing not too bad. They're down in 7th place at the moment, so they are looking for promotion in their own right, and we are away from home, and I love an excuse, but please, can we win? I don't want another episode where we don't win. Marshall trying to win save of the match as well. Unfortunately, not quite so good, so he's not going to be picking up that award today with that ridiculous save that we just saw from the Alfreton goalkeeper. We've not really created very much today. We are ahead on XG, but only 3 shots on target, and we're back to only 3 substitutions today. Oh, Campton Sturridge is having an absolute nightmare. Right, Onyeka can come on, play as the target man. Saul's also having a pretty bad game. This isn't really going to plan at all, is it? Right, we're going to get Sembi Ferris on. I think we're going to put him on the left-hand side and do that. And we'll just leave the final change for a few minutes until something maybe presents itself as an option. We're going to offer some encouragement. A rare opportunity for Sembi Ferris this season. Hopefully he can conjure something up for us. And now we've got a lot of tired legs on there. We've got Hinchy, Green and Taylor on the bench. So we don't really need anyone in midfield. But tiredness-wise, Ado, Antoine and Cisse both tired. I think we're going to bring on Taylor. It could have just as easily been Green coming on there. It didn't make much of a difference. Taylor was just the highest one up on the bench, so he gets to come on. Sembi Ferris couldn't get there ahead of the Alfreton defender, but does get it back from Onyeka. And now Sembi Ferris from range. And unfortunately, it's high behind the goal there, where presumably that's the area that's allocated for Peterborough Sports fans. There's nobody in there. We don't have a massive away following. Oh, it could have been this end. Wow, this ground is deserted. Bone heads clear. With his, I mean, he's a big 6'5" piece of man, and oh my word, it's chaos. I can't even keep up with the commentary. It's absolute chaos. We are lucky that it's still 0-0. We have got away with one there. We are still top of the league, but we have gone through an episode and not picked up a win or scored a goal, which is always great. But we are top of the league, and we could very much do with getting back to winning ways now. I am going to get back to my plan for this season, which was get matches under our belt now. I think we'll come back for this local-ish derby against Boston in January, get a whole bunch of matches out of the way, and hopefully find ourselves still in a promotion push when we get there. If you enjoyed that, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. Thank you very much for watching.